The impression that I took away from the meetings with these leaders was that we are not headed towards World War III, but we are now fighting it. And it's not being fought in the traditional way. This war is being fought on the spiritual level and also not yet with guns. The guns are the financial instruments. Let me show you how this affects you. Gas is up to $3.53. That's up 25 cents since January 1st. This is the highest price gasoline has ever been at this time of year. Nobody's saying a word, are they? The president last week spoke about this, and he said it's because the economy is roaring back. And because the economy around the world is doing so well, people are using more fuel. Really? Is that true, or is that intrinsically evil? OPEC announced today that it's cut the world oil demand forecast. And they said they're going to cut the forecast, but they're going to cut production because of the poor economic outlook. Now, wait a minute. Which one is the truth? That gas is high priced because everything's roaring to life, or OPEC is cutting because the economy is doing poorly all around the world? Which is it? I'm going to show you this picture. This is a picture, and I had blown up today. I wanted to show you this. Here I am, I'm chatting with some people. This is in the, I think, Portuguese embassy. It's a Vatican property, and I was there, and I don't even remember what we were talking about here. But this picture is what has changed my point of view. It is this map behind me that I was standing in this room, and I went, wait a minute. I see what's happening. We've talked about the things that are happening around the world at such a rapid pace, the uprising and the financial collapses. But I want you to look at the pattern. On the wall on the background of this picture, there's the map of the Mediterranean. And this is the part of the picture that I will remember. And I really, honestly, when I saw it, I was like, how did I miss that? How did I miss this? I'm foolish for not seeing it earlier. Put on a new map of the world today. Okay. I want you to look at this. Where is instability, chaos, and revolution, financial collapse? Where is it happening? It's happening in Tunisia and Libya and Egypt. And over here is Israel, which is under attack. And then there's Jordan over here. And this is all Syria. This is all up in uprising. Remember, this is the year of the kings, according to the uprising. This was the year of the dictators. 2012 is the year of the kings. That means Saudi Arabia and Jordan. Syria is still under fire as a dictator. Greece is under financial collapse. This is Turkey. Turkey is obviously moving in the wrong direction. We've talked about it many times. Here's Italy. Here's Spain. The only one that's really out of this is France. Everything else is in turmoil. Everything else is in turmoil all the way around the Mediterranean. France goes into turmoil if these two crash, because this crashes, and I think it's Greece or Italy, I can't remember which one. France is on the hook for just a ton of their money. So that means this is all being tubed. Is that a coincidence? Mm-mm. This area has played a critical role to the world for a very long time. Here's what made me see it more than anything else. Here's Saudi Arabia. This is Persia. This is Iran. But it was seeing this right here that made it leap out. Whoever controls the Mediterranean controls the world. Why? Well, let me give you a headline, see if you can figure it out. Today, Iran stopped selling oil to the British and the French. The British and the French. And oil jumps to a 9-month high. What's that going to do to the British economy and the French economy? What kind of effect is that going to happen? The European Commission says they're good. We got enough stock to meet demands for 120 days. Oh, well, I'm sure everything's going to be fixed in 120 days. Everything will clear up. Get the idea? power. This is World War III with financial instruments. It's not being fought like the wars of the past. First comes economics. Ideology comes later. You crash the economy, and then you can swoop in and buy everything for pennies on the dollar. This isn't a new theory. This is what happened in the Soviet Union. The Kremlin sold off most of Russia's national resources in rigged auctions back in the 1990s following the collapse of the Soviet Union and communism. Did anybody get rich? Oh, yeah. Nefarious people? This guy got rich in Russia, later sold his company for billions of dollars. If you pay attention to these kind of things, at least here in New York, you might know, probably don't know about Daddy, but you know about his daughter. Because Daddy just bought her this apartment in New York. She's going to school here in New York, so he bought her, without negotiating, $88 million apartment in New York City. This is the most expensive apartment. It's on Central Park. That's Central Park. This is on 15 Central Park West. Madonna lives in this building. Everybody who's anybody lives in this building. $88 million. She didn't even come to see it. Daddy just picked up the phone and bought it because she's going to school here. All right, so how does this all tie together with that stupid map? My grandpa would have seen this coming. My grandfather lived through the Great Depression. And there's a few things that he taught me that I never forgot, but I don't think I really started to get it until now. He always said, never buy something when everybody else is buying. Buy when everyone else is selling. The other thing he told me, those people who had money in the Great Depression not only survived, they changed the world. Okay, let's put those two things together. I was in Greece this weekend, and they were talking about austerity. And we tend to think of austerity as something, okay, they're going to cut the services back. That's our level. We have to think of this, I swear to you, I had like a Jason Bourne, Dan Brown weekend. I mean, it was a bizarre weekend. And the one thing that came to me is we've been playing this game at the wrong level. The really powerful people in the world, they get it. They know. They've seen it before. And a good friend of mine said, Glenn, you're playing a game that you don't even begin to understand. You're playing at a level that you can't even imagine. And he was right again. Don't think about austerity that way, as in, Social Security. Think about that, austerity, as taking things that the state had and owned, had value, still does, just not as much, and being forced to liquidate them in a fire sale. In Greece right now, they're selling huge pieces of property and industry at a fraction of the price. What about Italy? Well, they've got all kinds of stuff they could sell. They have old buildings and, oh, by the way, they do have a nationalized energy system. I wonder if anybody like George Soros or somebody like him could swoop in and then become the provider of energy for the whole country. This is all about money. Why would you want to control the Mediterranean? Well, bring the map up again. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. If you control the Mediterranean, then you would control this strait, and this strait. Why is that important? Oil goes through the Mediterranean. Oil comes through the Mediterranean, through the Baltic, into here, which you got to have oil here. Oil comes from around Saudi Arabia, it comes through here, and then goes through here. Why? Where's it going? Oh, yeah, that's right, to America. If you don't take it this way, you have to take it all the way around Africa. Wow, that's going to be expensive. You'd control more than just oil, wouldn't you? You'd control the economies of the world. You see why the Middle East does matter? You see why Europe does matter to us? This is all about power and money, not ideology. Not ideology up here. Ideology with the people. Our Social Security with the people. But I can guarantee you at the level that this is really being waged, this is all about power and money. We are at war. We are being ripped off everywhere, and this is how World War III is being fought right now.